Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
So for today's class, we will be discussing about inheritance. Okay, so there will be two topics for today's class. What for our first topic, we will be discussing how to use the this keyword and the using of inheritance. Okay, sige. So first, let's discuss keyword. So using this keyword. Okay, so when we say actually represents the object itself. Okay, pag sinabi natin this, it is referring to the object that we are currently using or we are referring. Okay, so used to refer to a current instance of a class or object, and then used to refer to a method and constructors within a current object. So yan. And commonly used when a field is shadowed or obscured by a method or constructor and parameters. So usually ginagamit talaga natin ang this because of the parameters na may or mga constructors na meron tayo na kaya nagkaroon ng this. Also, it is a way for us to access yung mga variables natin or yung mga tinatawag natin mga what you call this one, mga variables or nakalimutan ko man. Wait, yung we have the methods and ano yung characteristics ulit? Yung mga anyone? Wait lang, So, ayun nakalimutan ko ano yung ano, ah, we have basta yung mga variables, later. Nakalimutan ko, nawala talaga yun sa isip ko, okey. So, how you usually use this? We use the word this and then that followed by the field or the variable name na gagamitin natin. Okay? So, for example, here. Okay, so this is how we actually use this method. Okay? Or how to not this method but the this function. Okay? So, as you can see, we have sa taas, okay? We have two uh, variables. Kalimutan ko talaga. Sino nakakaalam diyan? Ah, okay, attributes. Oh, attributes. Okay? We have two attributes. Okay, so yung length and width. Okay? And then, so as you can see, it is in length and naka-default siya. Actually, and we also have three. Okay, we have three methods. We have set length, set width, and then we also have display. As you can see, as you all know, we are going to use all of our methods are in public. And then all of them are also in void. So since walang nire-return. Okay. So as you can see, we have, okay, try to look at doon sa set length. Okay, set length. We have one parameter which is int length. Take note that the parameter has the same name as doon sa attribute natin. Okay? So meron tayong int length na parameter, meron din tayong int length na attribute. Now, dito tayo magkakaproblema ngayon. Now, if we're going to set yung if you're just going to say, if you're going to give the value ng parameter if you're going to assign the value of the parameter to the attribute, usually we're just going to use length equals length. Now, if that's what you're going to do, magkakaroon tayo ng problema because it will not, or the value will not transfer. Okay, or the value the value that you will be given will just came out as 0. That's why we use the word this to refer that we are referring to the attribute length, not the parameter length. So ibig sabihin, so in this example, we have this dot length equals length. The length which is referring to the parameter will be passed to the this dot length which is the field or the attribute. So with this, the value can now be passed. Klaro ba? Hindi. Okay? So as you can see, dito din sa baba, we're going to set the value or public void set with. So the same lang din kanina. Okay? If you want to set the value for with, doon the attribute with, you have to use the or the this keyword. Kasi kung if you'll just place with equals with, walang mangyayari. Okay? So and then if you're going to display them, it's going to be system out print, length, and etc. For example, again, dito sa isa, ito. So this is another one. Okay? So take note, we have three types. Gumawa tayo ng tatlong methods dito. Kung mapapansin dito is we have three types of methods. Okay? All magkakatulad lang yung name, pero magkakaiba yung mga parameters nila. The first one doesn't have a parameter. Okay, wala siyang parameter. The next one, isa yung parameter. And then yung third one, dalawa yung parameters na hihingi. Okay? So now, actually this is called also referring lang din. Okay? So the two shown here sa taas is just the same kung ano yung ginagawa nung box na may dalawang parameter. Kasi doon sa first one, okay? Sa first one, so sinabi niyang this, it is now referring to the length and width ngayon. Klaro? Doon sa length and width. Or, oo. So, pag nilagyan niya ngayon ng 0 and 0, so ibig sabihin, ma-identify niya ngayon na those two will be the length and width. And kukunin niya ngayon paano niya malalaman ngayon kung kanino yung length and kanino yung width. Kukunin niya ngayon based sa parameter doon kay third method na box. So mauuna yung int length. So the first value will be para kay length and the second value will now be coming from width. Okay? Same with box second. So isa lang yung parameter niya and then whatever na ibibigay sa kanya na value is yun yung ido-double niya. Okay? And then again, same first yung kay length, second yung kay width. Pero pag dalawa naman yung nilagay niya na parameter, that would now indicate that the first one is for the length and the second is for the width. And take note, lahat yan ginagamitan ng this. This will tell that you are currently referring to the uh, yung sa box mismo. Okay? This box or this box na yan. Okay? Nagets ba? Hindi. Hello guys? Naiintindihan ba? Hindi. Or medyo nahihilo kayo? Question so far? May tanong? Wala. Guys? Walang tanong? Sige. Okay. So next, we have ito. So another example for this is ito. We have here class point. Okay? Dalawa yung ano natin. So we have a constructor. Okay? So first we have gumawa tayo ng we have yung attributes natin na x and y which has the value of 0 pareho. And then gumamit tayo ngayon ng constructor. We're in public, okay? And then we have two parameters and then the first one will be given for x and then the next one is for y. Okay? So, mapapansin niyo, so that is why paano natin ginagamit yung this keyword. Any questions so far? May questions ba tayo? Wala.
None, sir.
Yan, o sige, continue tayo. So, klaro ba tayo kay this? Actually, yun lang yun. Yun lang talaga yung purpose ni this. Gagamitin natin si this to indicate na you are referring to this object na nasa loob ng method na to. Okay? So, so pag sinabing this, nire-refer niya na etong object na to or etong class na to. Okay? Nire-refer ko dito. Huwag kang maghanap sa iba. Dito lang to sa class na to. Nire-refer ko siya dito sa class. Okay? So, that is the function for this. Okay? So, moving on, we'll now head to inheritance. Okay? So, inheritance enables you to create a new class of pre-existing ones. Okay? From the word inheritance, kukunin mo ngayon from sa isang class, gagawa ka ng bagong class, pero totally magkatulad silang dalawa. Parang ni-replicate mo lang yung isa, pero magkaiba sila. Okay? You can create a class from an existing class that has most of the features that you need. Kaya nga, for example, okay, gumawa ka ng class ng lalaki. Okay? And then, gagawa ka ngayon ng babae. Do you have to create a new one? Or, pag same lang naman yung mga features nila, gamitan mo na lang siya ng inheritance. And then, dagdagan mo na lang yung features nang wala yung wala. For example, lalaki. Ano mga features na meron si lalaki na wala si babae? Ang lalaki hindi pwedeng manganak, and etc. So, can you see where I'm going here? So, that is inheritance. Okay? So, the class that is inheriting are referred to as a subclass, while the class that is inherited to refer to is a superclass. So, superclass is kung sino yung source, subclass is yung copied, okay? Or yung extend or yung kumopya. Claro? So, we're here, as you can see, okay, superclass, base class or parent class ang tawag natin. And then the subclasses are called as derived class or child class. Okay, so we have class A, yun na yung kanino natin, that is a superclass or kanino kokopyahin. Class B now is the inherited. So Java supports only single line inheritance, that is inherited, a class inherit only one class at a time. Okay, so pag sabing single line, isa lang. Hindi pwedeng madamihan, okay? So hindi pwedeng i-inherit mo yung mag-inherit ka sa isa tapos mag-inherit ka pa ulit sa isa. Hindi na pwedeng ganun. Isa-isahan lang, okay? So next, as you can see, meron tayo dito. So we have here a sample of a single line inheritance and then classes provided by, so di natin tatakal to, wala masyado yan. So whether a class is created by a user or is provided by Java, classes ultimately inherits the object class. Okay? So yun. So one of the key features of inheritance is again reusability. Okay, if a method is defined as a superclass, that method is inherited automatically by a subclass. Okay, so ibig sabihin, if gumawa ka ng method or yung gumawa ka ng class or yung isang method is existing doon sa superclass, automatically that method will now be copied or meron si subclass. Same lang sa inyo. For example, di ba? If your parents is gwapo, maganda, so malamang gwapo, maganda din yung mga anak nila. Okay, kung matalino, matalino. Something like that. So therefore, you can encode a method only once they can be used by all subclasses. Okay? So a subclass only needs to implement its differences with its parent